I am your host tonight, Hurls, making that 2 in a row. Hope you enjoyed our episode last week with FK9. It was a good show. Anyways, we got a little plug-in to do. I want to plug in King of the Mountain podcast. They're always good friends of ours. I want to plug Andre Corbeil, one of our best followers in the world. Mad props to him. Want to plug Numero 47 and Diva Dirt. He writes columns for there, so check it out. Also, want to direct you to our website that promotes us, impactasylum.net. Not TNAasylum.net. That's our old one. Go to our new one, impactasylum.net. Anyways, we got some news for the week. Some of it's a little old, some of it's new, but I know we haven't really said it too much on the HeelCast yet. So first things first, we do have a departure. There really wasn't a lot of news on it. We all just kind of figured it, and it was kind of confirmed when he was moved to the alumni section. Jesse Goddard is no longer in Impact Wrestling. Chef, what do you think of Jesse Goddard leaving Impact?
You know what? I can consider myself a pretty good friend of Jesse Goddard's. He's a fucking really cool dude. He's a hard-working guy. He's killing it on the fucking TV scene with Big Brother, doing movies and all that. So all I want to say is God bless, brother. Keep doing your thing, and you're going to go all the way up.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Jesse Goddard's had a great run in Impact Wrestling. He had, when he first started with Tara as manager with the whole TMZ gimmick, I thought that was interesting. But when he formed the Bromance, they were really annoying, and a lot of people disliked them. But, man, when they were together, they improved so much as a tag team, and they were two-time tag team champions. So, they did a lot of cool things, and when they split up, I thought we were going to get a serious push for Jesse Goddard and Robbie E., and they had, I thought, a really underrated match at Slammiversary. I thought that match was really well done. I encourage fans to check it out. I want to say it was Slammiversary 2015. It might have been 2015. I think it was Slammiversary 2015. But those two, they put on a stellar match. Unfortunately, their single pushes really kind of halted, and then we kind of got a little, face run with the Bromance. They added the manager, Raquel. Things just didn't really work out. So then we had Jesse Goddard's kind of feud with Aaron Rex, but that really didn't go anywhere. And then I know Jesse he got put on that new soap opera. So I think that's kind of been, what's taken most of his time. But Jesse, hopefully you come back. You improve big time as a wrestler. Hopefully we see you back in the Impact Zone.
Boom.
Anyways, our second piece of news, Rey Mysterio was interviewed this past week, and just to cut to the chase, he basically said he'd be down for wrestling some matches in Impact Wrestling. There were reports that they wanted to bring him in earlier, but he was contractually obligated to Lucha Underground, but I guess he's not anymore. He said that he definitely wants to do some matches in Impact, but he also stated he doesn't really want to sign a contract. Chef, what's your thoughts on this?
You know what? I don't know how I feel about guys that just come in and, because let's face it, Rey Mysterio is a fucking legend in the industry, so he's going to go over on guys, and then all of a sudden he's going to be gone. You know what I mean? So at that point, when you got guys like Matt Sydal, Desmond Xavier, Andrew Everett, all these guys are coming up. Trevor Lee's our fucking monster of a champ. Fucking Low Key is back. If you give Rey Mysterio, 6-7 matches, and everyone's, oh my God, Rey Mysterio, just as quick as he's in, and everybody's, oh my God, it's once again, well, why the fuck couldn't we sign him? You know what I mean? So I don't know if I like the whole, hey, yeah, I'll do a few shows for you, then I'm out. Peace God, I'm out. So I don't know. I'm not all for that. Either come, stay for a while, or don't come at all.
Yeah, that's kind of how my thoughts are. It's just another Cody Rhodes all over again. There's not much what you can do with a guy unless you want to bring him in for like a specialty type tournament. or you want to do like a World Series type stuff, you know, you could do that. That's fine. But as far as like putting him in any major storylines, I'd be hesitant to do that just because he's not yours. You know, you can't push him over guys that are on the roster because you don't know how they're going to take it when an outsider comes in and beats them, and he's not even signed to the company. So, yeah, it would definitely be cool to see Rey Mysterio in the Impact Zone or just in Impact in general. But at the same time, I don't see it as a big positive if he's not going to stay in your company. So that's kind of my 2 cents on the whole ordeal. All right, third piece of news we got. We have some former Impact wrestlers that just recently signed with WWE, which with all the ass-kissing these 2 wrestlers have done to WWE, I'm surprised it took them 2 years to get there, 3 years for some. But Rosita, she was formerly part of Mexican America. Her and Sarita and Rosita, they were a tag team. I think they actually won the Knockout Tag Team titles at one point.
Absolutely.
Yep, I believe so. And Gunner, who's been out of Impact for close to 2 years, if not over 2 years now. Both of them reportedly are going to NXT. Chef, thoughts on this one?
Until today, where I was talking with my guy Karma, I thought Thea Trinidad was in NXT for like a year. I don't watch the shit, so I knew she was did a match before, so I was like, oh, okay. Well, Samari's there, she's signed there. I didn't know she wasn't. I mean, I don't know if it's relevant news. You all know she was going. Gunner was, I like Gunner. Was he out of Impact for a long time? So it's like, is he a former because it's been so long since we've seen him there? Yeah, fine. I think he would have been fucking awesome in Veterans of War. I don't know what his gimmick is going to be there, but hey, look, Jack Dane is a big motherfucker, and I'll take that guy, or Wilcox, Mayweather, whatever, they're calling him here. I'll take that big-ass fucking giant any day. So I love my VOW. Gunner much love, but whatever. Peace out, done.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a big loss for Impact. I mean, Gunner's been gone for a long time. I thought Gunner he's a hell of an athlete. He's got a great physique. He's a solid worker. The only thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way is that when he was signed with TNA, he was always dreaming of going to WWE and having that WrestleMania moment. I just, I'm a loyalist type guy, and like, if your heart's not into the place you're working at 100%, then it's just like, get the hell out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're there. You should want Impact to be number one. So I didn't really care for that interview that he had about a month or so ago. Rosita, I mean, she was so young when she was in Impact, and she's improved a lot. And I know she returned for like a one night only, and it was good to see her. But I mean, I hope she does well. And I know she's dating Austin Aries, so she's got her husband or her boyfriend there. So nothing bad to say about Rosita. She's come a long way herself. So
her road is fucking well deserved. You know what I mean? Like, you've seen her when she was fucking green as shit. And now she's progressed so far. And once again, like you just said, her man is there, so it's a plus for them. So, and she never talked bad about Impact neither.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, hope she does well. Yeah, that's really all I got to say about that. Next bit of news. We were hearing about these house shows that were coming this summer. We finally have one date that we can look at, and it's going to be August 5th in your home state, Chef, New York, in Staten Island, and it's going to be where the Staten Island Yankees play. August 5th, house show, Chef. Are you pumped up for this?
Yeah, I'm crazy pumped up. Like I was telling you prior to getting on this, I'm trying to see if I can get back to New York, see if I can get off of work, but I doubt it. Heel Team 6 New York will be there. I got people repping it. They got the shirts out there. I made a new logo for them, too. It looks official. I know you're going to plug something in, so I'm going to let you go with that. But we have Impact Heads Radio is going to be there, too. It's going to be, honestly, it's going to be fucking fire. Like, Impact has, like I've been saying, they're on the up, and so many people are more happy with the product. And you got a big fucking group of New York heads on that roster. Homicide, fucking Low Key, Santana, and Ortiz. If I keep thinking that there's more, but at the same time, what I want, and I'm going to put this out there, and I want everybody to tweet Homicide, Santana, Ortiz, Conan, let them know. We need to have a Wu-Tang member, which is, if you don't know, it's a rap group from back in the 90s, but they're from the Shaolin, which is Staten Island. We got to get either Ghostface Killer or Method Man to walk out with LAX. Tweet this shit, get it there. I don't care who wants to take credit for it. Let these guys know. We need Ghostface or Meth walking down with LAX in one of the shows in Staten Island.
Yep. Please do that. I would love to see that as well. I won't be able to make the show, and I don't think it'll be broadcasted, but please get that out there. Also, too, if you go into this show and you see Kyle and he's trying to sell you something, don't buy it, okay? Unless you want to end up like Doug from The Hangover, okay? Please, I'm begging you, if you see Kyle selling whatever it is, brownies, cheap beer, please do not buy it. He's only going to want to mess you up hardcore, and you're going to be like Doug from The Hangover, okay? You're not going to know what happened, and then you're going to try to retrace your steps from the following night, okay? Please, just skip it, okay? Just skip it. Chef, wouldn't you say that's what people should do? Just stay away from Kyle if he's selling you something?
You know what? I know Kyle says he wants to bring a grill and he wants to do a tailgate thing. I know that. I don't know what kind of fucking, organic spices he's putting in his food. But if he's trying to hit you with some brownies or something like that, definitely just kind of throw your hand up like, what up, my dude? Like, what's really good? And just keep it moving. Even if you have to tip your aviators and look to the side like you don't want to catch eye contact with Kyle, don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, if you fucking wind up in Atlantic City or fucking North Carolina because you say hello to Kyle, understand you've been warned.
Yeah, we're doing our best here, people. With all the crazy stuff in the news, just stay away from Kyle, all right? That's the best piece of advice we can give you. Anyways, our next bit of news comes from some clarification on Cody Rhodes. A guy on Twitter asked Brandy Rhodes, where's Cody Rhodes been up to, where he hasn't been on Impact, and Brandy Rhodes responded by saying his dates with Impact have been up for months, dude. So, first question, do you think Brandy sounded a little snippy in this tweet?
I don't know, man. Like, I got no idea. If she was, hey, you know what? You got to respond. Sometimes, listen, when you ask these celebrity shit, or, stars or whatever you want to consider them athletes, if you get a response you don't want, well, fuck, you asked them a question, they answered you. So, I don't know. Personally, I've never got that besides the whole little me and back and forth between Fat Hardy and myself, but whatever.
No, I got you. And I guess, we kind of knew Cody was done with Impact Wrestling. He said he was going to be close to signing with the company, but he actually retracted that statement recently and said, well, he's not going to sign with the company. And he's got dates all the way up until September. So who knows? He clearly has not signed with Ring of Honor or New Japan. So possibilities are endless. Maybe Brandy's throwing him, a little curveball, make people look the other way while they're actually going straight. Who knows? But as far as we know, Cody is no longer going to be appearing on Impact Wrestling. So you know, whatever. I mean, he lost to Moose. That was his last appearance. What's your thoughts on no longer seeing Cody?
Like we just said, if you're not trying to commit, peace. You know, like I was never a fan of Cody. I liked his work watching him live. I was like, wow, I actually like this guy. Like, he's a damn good wrestler, which I never gave a fuck about him before, you know. So obviously the motherfucker could put the work in. But at the same time, you know, if you're not trying to commit, I don't want to see you. To be completely honest, like, I don't know him personally. It's whatever. But if you're not trying to commit to Impact Wrestling is what the company we love, like, I don't give a fuck, you know, like bounce. Just be out. Peace.
Right. That's how I feel. And that's why I'm kind of iffy on the whole Rey Mysterio situation as well.
All right. That's the one thing I want to say. It's not us sitting here saying fuck Rey Mysterio, fuck Cody Rhodes. That's not it at all. You know, we're just trying to say that if you're not going to commit, then why should we push our guys backwards so we can make you look good just to promote this a little bit? You know what I mean? Like, our guys shouldn't take a back seat to a part-time player.
Right. No, I agree. I mean, what's the point in that? You know, and I just don't see the benefit for Impact unless you're going to bring him in for, like, some specialty type tournament. That's fine, like a one-night type thing. I'm totally cool for that. You know, but having them be in a consistent storyline, it's just, not really into that. All right, last bit of news that I got. Impact is teaming up with AML Wrestling. It's this independent promotion. I believe Caleb Conley wrestles for them. But they're going to do one night AML Wrestling Stars versus Impact Wrestling Stars. And one of the matches is going to be Zane Dawson versus the Monster Abyss. This is going to be in Hickory, North Carolina. It's going to be on June 25th. And some of the other Impact Wrestling Stars that are going to be showing up are going to be Suicide. You're going to have Abyss going to be there. Mayweather, a.k.a. Crimson. You're also going to have Wilcox. So you're going to have the Veterans of War there. You're going to have Eli Drake. And you're also going to have DJZ. So if you go to it, it looks like you're going to have a lot of Impact wrestlers there, which will be a cool event. Chef, any thoughts on this?
I mean, it's good to see, you know, DJZ is getting back in the ring. You know, I know he, you know, with the last thing we knew, he was hurt or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, it's all a positive. Listen, the more relationships you can build, the better it is for Impact, the better it is for these indie companies. Everybody's feeding off of each other. It's a beautiful thing. Hey, man, like, hopefully we get to see something. Maybe it's posted on YouTube or something like that, or, you know, whatever. Also, today they put out a video where D'Angelo Williams was talking with Josh Matthews in Nashville, and they kind of made a joke about, he was like, oh, are you signing with the Titans? I think I said the right guy, D'Angelo. Yeah, whatever. And he walked into Jeff Jarrett's thing, kind of giving Josh a cold shoulder. So it looks like D'Angelo Williams might be doing something with Impact Wrestling, probably with Moose, but he's there. You know, he walked into the office. So hopefully D'Angelo Williams is around a little bit. I think he's a funny character. He looks like he's enjoying it. So, hey, fuck it. Good for us.
Yeah, definitely. I'm all about, you know, professional athletes. If they're not going to be playing anymore, why not go into your second career choice, which could definitely be professional wrestling. I'd love to see it. You know, we've seen a lot of different pro football players in the Impact ring before. We're going to go all the way back. We had Frank Wycheck. We had Brian Urlacher. We had, you just saw, Brandon Jacobs was on a episode of Impact before. So there's been a lot of different football players throughout the years that have shown up on Impact.
You also had
Pac-Man Jones as well.
Pac-Man Jones was the tag champs with, I don't want to say R-Truth.
Suspended.
Yeah. I didn't remember if his name was R-Truth there.
Ron the Truth Killings. There we go.
There you go. But they were like the fucking tag team champs.
They were, and Pac-Man Jones had one move, and it was make it rain, and he threw money at his opponent. He cracked him. That was it. Because he couldn't do no contact. But
that's awesome.
Good stuff there. Well, Chef, that's really all we got this week for the news. I think we covered everything. You know, we're going to be seeing the India episode this week.
Yep.
So I'm really pumped for that. I can't wait to see how that looks on TV. But
Oh,
nonetheless,
I just got to shout out my man Kyra and the Heel Team 6 India team. You guys fucking did your thing.
Nice. Well, we did have an Impact episode this week. It started off with EC3 bringing out the choir quartet with a violinist and a bassist. And once again, this was gold, celebrating his victory last week over James Storm and Magnus, only for Bruce Pritchard to come out there. Actually, Alberto El Patron came out first and looked like he had enough of EC3 shenanigans. But before they could lock up, Bruce Pritchard comes out there and basically says, Alberto El Patron, you're going to have to put up your GFW World Heavyweight title. So EC3's looking pretty good about, he's smiling. But then Bruce Pritchard also informed the EC3 that he is going to have to put up his number one contendership. So tonight, for this Impact, it's going to be EC3 versus Alberto El Patron, but Bruce Pritchard isn't done yet. He makes a special stipulation. It's going to be 6 sides of steel. Chef, what did you think of the opening segment?
Do you know what? I remember the first barbershop quartet or whatever you want to call that shit, and it was lit. These guys, they fucking sucked. I don't know. They bored the shit out of me. I was like, these guys suck ass. So I was kind of annoyed. I really was excited when I seen Alberto El Patron come out because I was like, yeah, shut these fucking assholes up. Bruce Pritchard, I don't know what the fuck it is with this guy, but he rubs me the wrong way. He comes out and I'm like, I feel like throwing my fucking hat off the floor. What the fuck? Why is he out again? I don't know. He drives me fucking nuts, and it's not like good heel heat. He just annoys the fuck out of me. And I was just like, please get this fucking shit over with. Let me see these two guys beat the shit out of each other. Like I said, anything EC3 does is amazing. I'm a big El Patron guy now. He won me over. I'm looking forward to this amazing fucking match. But Bruce Pritchard, the least, if he could not be on TV so much, I will take fucking Karen Jarrett all fucking day over Bruce Pritchard.
The thing, we talked about this last week with FK9, and I told FK9, Bruce Pritchard, his promos are just not coming off well. They're too forced. They're not smooth. And he stutters a lot. And you would think for a guy who's been in the industry as long as he has, he'd know how to cut a decent promo. Now, I know his podcast is off the chain. It gets a ton of viewers. People are raving about his podcast, something to wrestle with. But the thing is, when he's doing this, it's just not coming off well. It's just like he's yelling, he's screaming, but he's not collecting himself to give a strong promo. I hope he improves on this, but
and that's the thing.
It's not coming well. Yeah.
And I completely agree with that. My thing is, that's the difference between people who know how to talk, because we could talk on, dude, right now I'm on my fucking phone outside, you're in your home chilling. You could talk all crazy and comfortable because you're just chilling. When a fucking camera comes on you, now you got to be able to, you got to sell yourself. And that's the difference between, I think, somebody really strong, but when you make a character, and that's why I try to tell people, you should really base it on something that's real close to you. So because you just got to be you and just dial it up just a little bit. You know what I mean? You can't be some fucking pencil neck dick nerd and then all of a sudden try to be like some fucking massive maniac like Abyss. You can't do it. You're going to struggle with the shit unless you're fucking Leonardo DiCaprio or Tom Hanks or some shit. This guy seems to not have a footing, and it's not close enough to him where he's comfortable. And like you said, you've been in the industry so long, this should be second nature to you.
Yeah, right. And you got a really good mic talker in Dutch Mantel. Dutch Mantel, that guy knows how to cut a promo. I would like to see Dutch Mantel say more at this stage of the game. than, per se, Bruce Pritchard. I mean, even Karen Jarrett, like, yeah, she's got some go-away, but, you know, she gets her point across a lot better than Bruce Pritchard has. So when he's announcing this stuff, you know, say 6 Sides of Steel. You know, he didn't even say 6 Sides of Steel. He said a steel cage match. And, like,
yeah.
Come on, man. You know Impact's thing is 6 Sides of Steel. Always has been. So, you know, it's a nitpick, but I just hope he improves, you know, because that's what we all want to see. It's just it's coming off forced, and it's not smooth. I want it to be smooth and just to know what you're talking about. So, as far as the, you know, EC3 quartet, I agree with you. It wasn't as good as the first one. Some of the guys couldn't even sing that well. But the part that I really liked was EC3 giving them all nicknames. I thought that was pretty funny. So.
Oh, yeah, and then he was even talking about the girl. He was like, hey, what's up? You know, like, he sold it. But that's why we love EC3. You know what I mean? Like, there are people who say, man, I fucking hate him as a good guy or I hate him as a bad guy. But at the end of the day, I've never heard anyone say ever, oh, man, EC3 can't cut a fucking promo. You'll never hear nobody say that because he'll fucking murder you in his promo skills.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, the stuff that EC3 comes up with is just hilarious. You know, not every wrestler has that, and EC3 does. So, you know, what was your thoughts on EC3 having, you know, he had that big match last week against James Storm and Magnus, and we all thought, okay, we all knew Alberto El Patron, okay, he's got the GFW title. We knew somehow that he wasn't going to go away. So I guess to say that triple threat match wasn't really a number one contenders match if he still had to face Alberto El Patron. It just seemed a little, I don't know, kind of a cluster to me.
No, I agree. I think it was a little – it didn't make sense because, like you said, and that was a really good triple threat match. You know, you had – the two bad guys trying to take out Storm. You had Storm fucking, you know, really battling it off, looking like the fucking ultimate good guy. It was a really, really good match. And then all of a sudden now you're like, well, no, he has the belt, so this, that. And it just kind of made it made no sense. It was like, well, then what the fuck was that massive fight for? You know, like, did we just fucking kick the shit out of each other for no fucking reason?
Right. And now I gotta put up my number one contender spot already to this guy. You know, so I don't know. It just wasn't set up perfectly, but whatever. Anyways, we had a match. Our first match of the night was Moose was defending his grand championship against Eli Drake. Chef, what did you think of this match?
You know what? I really like this match. I know there's people that already having their little issues with Moose. I think Moose is a great fucking, you know, grand champion where, you know, prior to him, we had shit. And I'm not talking about Drew Gallagher because that was really good. Moose feels like that guy you want to get behind. And you feel like, man, this guy is like, he's the epitome of good guy. And then you have Eli Drake, who we all love Eli Drake. You know, I'm not going to say I'm a massive fan of him, but he entertains the fuck out of you. And he's a really good bad guy. So you're like, man, like, and they, you know, these two guys, they're fucking awesome in the ring. Like, the show they put on was fucking badass. So, you know, win-win. I enjoyed it. You know, Moose coming out on top, which for some reason, I don't know, maybe I was fucking super tired or high on pigeon shit or something, but for some reason I thought Eli Drake was going to come out victorious, and he wasn't. You know, Shep was wrong.
I mean, that's kind of what I saw in this match. It seemed like Eli Drake won. If you watch it again, it really does seem like the judges screwed Eli Drake here. I don't know if that's going to be for a potential storyline. I don't know if they docked him because Chris Adonis got involved. I'm not real sure. But this match just seemed like Eli Drake was dominating it, and he got screwed out of a win. So,
man, I'm glad you said that because I was telling people there, I was like, how the fuck did Moose win? And people were like, yeah, I know. And I was like, well, maybe we're just fucking morons. You know, like maybe we missed something. But now that you said that, I'm like, all right, good. I'm glad, you know, it wasn't like 5 of us that, you know, thought Eli Drake won.
Oh, right. Like, I think it's playing into a storyline because generally when I'm watching these Grand Championship matches on TV and they say, okay, when it comes down to a judge's decision, like, okay, you get it. You see why that guy's won. This one, it seemed kind of like potential there's a storyline brewing with it because it really did seem like Eli Drake should have won.
Like,
now,
clearly.
I have no problem with Moose. Right. I have no problem with Moose winning. I mean, Moose had a great showing, like he always does, but it just seemed like Eli Drake had more offense in this. But great match nonetheless. All right, so a second match of the night was a knockout match. We had everybody's favorite, Allie versus Amber Nova. I'm assuming Amber Nova is not on the roster. I think she's made another appearance before this. Chef, what did you think of this match?
It was pretty good. I mean, Amber Nova showed, you know, that, you know, she's got some skills and shit like that. The one thing I can say about being in the Impact Zone is there's a lot of people that I'm around that they do a lot of independent shows in Florida. And a lot of them were like, oh, yeah, Amber Nova's really talented. So it was really good to, as soon as she came out, I was like, okay, you know, they're hyped on this girl, so she should have a good showing. And she, you know, she was really good. So, but I think she just signed to Impact. I'm not sure because I know they made a debut thing for her, and I don't know. You know, I don't know if she was, but I mean, she looked good. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, she could fit in. She's a pretty girl. You know, looked very talented. So I'm with it. You know, if they get her, fuck, awesome.
Yeah, she showed me a lot. I mean, you know, you could tell she's been on the indie circuit. We haven't really seen a lot from her, but I thought she was able to play the heel real well.
I think she's shown more in this match than we've seen Ava Story in her multiple matches.
Oh, I agree, definitely. Like, her heel persona. And what was that move she had? It was almost like a Hurricane Rana into the turnbuckle.
That was nuts.
Dude, that was lit. That move was lit. I think Impact should sign her. I mean, they already got a ready-made heel on their hands with her. And someone who's got a unique moveset, too. So, after that, we see Joseph Park and Jeremy Borash arrive to the Impact Zone in a golf cart. It looked like they were kind of disagreeing about something we didn't know at the time. Then the next match, which I believe was at the start of the second hour, we had the finals for the GSW Tag Team titles. We had LAX versus GSW, VOW, sorry about that, in a no DQ match for the Tag Team titles. Chef, your thoughts on this one?
I love this match. I mean, this was a serious fucking match. I mean, watching VOW is those powerhouse motherfuckers, and LAX, they're like a 5-tool player. You know what I mean? And my bad for always throwing a sports reference to things, but listen, I grew up playing sports. I know sports talk, so that's what I'm going to do. Too bad. But LAX feels like the complete package. You know, like they could be high flyers, they could be physical. They're all over the place. These guys are fucking amazing, and you just seen like 2 fucking brawls. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy. I was like, wow, this is what I fucking want from wrestling. This is what I want from my tag team division. This is what we're getting. And if you really want to talk, and I'm going to take definitely a shot right here and not go into anybody's specific names, but if you want a real fucking expedition of gold, these guys are the GFW champs, the House of Glory Hog tag team champs, the Impact fucking tag team champs. I mean, these are credible fucking, you know, promotions. This isn't like me going to fucking Hurls' backyard, pinning Hurls and his fucking dog and saying, yeah, we're the fucking backyard champs, like some of those other crappy belts that the other group was getting. But dope match. That was my little shot, my bad. But incredible match. And the tag team division is only getting better and better. And, you know, hopefully we get some Noah guys and, you know, more Crash guys, especially, you know, we got Laredo Kid and Garza Jr., who are another amazing tag team. But this tag team division is starting to look really special.
Yeah, I'm pumped for it. I really like the dynamic in this match. I like the fact that you had the numbers game catch up to VOW, and we kind of thought it would. They're powerhouses. Obviously, LAX's strategy is to distract them as much as possible. Conan got his shots in. Diamante got her shots in. Homicide got a lot of shots in. That's what LAX had to do to try to keep these two behemoths down. And that's what they did to get the titles and won. So, obviously, this feud isn't over. I would look for VOW to possibly even up the score a little bit by getting a manager or somebody to even the odds. But I really like the dynamic of this match. I thought it was a solid match, but in the end, LAX is the dominant tag team right now in Impact Wrestling. There is no question about that. Now, the next match that we had was my favorite match of the night. We had an X Division championship match with Sanjay Dutt at the announcer's booth. It was Low Key versus Andrew Everett. Chef, did you like this X Division championship match?
I did. I mean, Andrew Everett's a guy that we all were pushing for to become the next X Division champ. And, I mean, let's face it, he's still easily, if he was the next X Division champ, nobody would have a problem with it because he deserves it. The guy's a fucking amazing talent and putting the work in. But this is the specialness of what we're seeing now is we're getting these veterans and we're also getting these young guys. So we're getting the perfect blends. And you're watching fucking magic happen. Like, Low Key is a fucking, badass. And he's one of these guys that you can consider original. And he's fighting a fucking new young gun. You know what I mean? And Andrew Everett. And what they're doing is so fucking special. Like, we're watching straight up amazing talent. The X Division, just like the tag team, is coming back up again, where it was the back burner for a while. We were like, we need some fucking X Division. We're actually getting everything now. And these two guys performed an amazing match. You got Sanjay sitting there, talking his shit. Listen, Sanjay's a fucking amazing talent as well. He can cut a fucking promo. He can talk anywhere. If you wanted to put him on the booth, the man is money. So you got all these fucking amazing dynamics. And Low Key is going to be that hard-hitting, I'm going to beat your ass down street type shit. And you got Andrew Everett, the Skywalker. And if you tell me that this fucking match wasn't fucking amazing, then do me a favor. Don't ever fucking talk to me. Don't tweet me, mute me, block me because you're full of shit.
Well said, Chef. Well said. I thought this might have been one of the best X Division matches since the new regime has taken over. Just everything you would want in an X Division championship match, you got in this one. I mean, yeah, we had a little slip up with Andrew Everett not connecting on the springboard, but other than that, Low Key looked like a freaking beast in this. Low Key has definitely become one of my favorite wrestlers over the years. He is proving he deserves to be X Division champion. I love this match. I thought it was great. Best match of the night for me. It was just awesome, and the whole dynamic with Sanjay Dutt, you busted my eye. I love that part of it too. I can't wait to see what happens in India. Low Key is the man. I'm glad he's champ right now. Just a great match. I mean, I'd give it a good 4-star match at least. So, we also had Jeremy Borash in the back kind of blow up at Joseph Park saying, yo, me, Scott Steiner? What the hell? I actually think Jeremy Borash said, what the fuck at the end, but I mean, that was pretty funny. Jeremy Borash just saying, I'm not going to compete with Scott Steiner. And Joseph Park was trying to give him some encouragement and say, hey, look at me. Nobody thought I could be a lawyer. Did you find this segment funny like I did?
Hell yeah. I found it funny. I mean, listen, I don't know how many school years you got to go to become a lawyer. I think it's like 12 or some crazy number. Is it crazy dedication, all that? I'm sure it's stupid hard to become a lawyer. Personally, I would try to read as many books as possible and deal with that shit any day of the week. Like anybody who's ever known or seen Scott Steiner, and anytime you ever hear something, they say that motherfucker's crazy. You know, they say Scott Steiner is fucking bugged out. I don't give a shit how old he is. And let's face it, like I said, look, I'm from New York. I've done my shit. And, I throw my dick beaters up. I've been in mad fights. I don't give a fuck how old this man is. Scott Steiner, when I seen him come out, still looks like he could rip my fucking arm off and beat my fucking head in with my own arm and ask me if I like it. And I'm going to say no, and he's going to keep doing it anyway because he just looks like he's this amazing fucking machine. He looks badass. He feels badass. Why the fuck would Jeremy Borash want to be in a match with fucking Scott Steiner?
Oh, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, look at JB, man. I mean, he even said, like, when I got into this business, I never, ever wanted to get in this business to be in a wrestling ring. So, thought that was pretty funny. Josh Matthews obviously tearing into Jeremy Borash and just feeling very confident about their match at Slammiversary. And Chef, I didn't get to mention this last week, but I got to give you and your team at the Impact Zone props because you guys got that whole place going with the fake apology 2 weeks ago from Josh Matthews. You guys were letting Josh Matthews have it that night.
Yeah, we went ham on him.
Oh, that was great. I mean, man, the whole Impact Zone was going crazy for that. So I got to give you – I mean, it almost – I mean, I saw you right behind the announcer's booth there. You guys were giving Josh Matthews hell. So I think you guys kind of started the trend there. So,
yo, dude, not for nothing, and I'm going to definitely say, yeah, I'm definitely a part of that, but I got to shout out the two, especially my girl, Christy, because, yo, Christy's just a bugged-out chick, and she's always fucking with people, and my man Sean is, like, anti-fucking Josh. Like, those two come together, I'm just a part of the puzzle. You know, when those two stand next to me and they start ripping into, especially Josh, I'm just like a fucking sandwich, bro. I'm in between, and I'm just like, yeah, it's that time. These two, they fucking turn it on, and it's like fucking Josh bullying session. You know what I mean? Like, they love that shit.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was great. That was great. So I got to give you props for that for sure. Next, we had Swoggle was hanging out in the Impact Zone, all happy, all smiles, waving to the camera, waving to the Pope, waving to Josh Matthews, and all of a sudden, Rockstar Spud blindsides him. Rockstar Spud takes the hammer, starts wailing on Swoggle. And this feud might be another one of those feuds where it's just so intentionally funny. I'm laughing my ass off as Rockstar Spud is screaming at Swoggle. What did he say? You remember? Do you remember? He just kept saying it over and over while he was just nailing Swoggle with the hammer, man. And Rockstar Spud's limping because he's still injured from the attack that Swoggle gave for he pantsing him. But what did you think of this? Rockstar Spud gets his revenge. What did you think of this?
You know what? I love this shit. Like, watching him beat up Swoggle was awesome. Like, I was so for it. I didn't like when Swoggle was beating up Spud. I was like, this is bullshit. So when Spud retaliated and was going ape shit, man, it was fucking awesome. It was hilarious. I mean, it was, I don't know. I was laughing like stupid hard. I mean, and there were people like, oh, you're an asshole. Like, he's a little guy. All right, well, karma's a motherfucker. Like, you hit him with a fucking hammer, what you think was going to happen? It's an eye for an eye. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I thought it was funny. There was a lot of people who didn't think it was funny. Too fucking bad. I think it's fucking hilarious.
Right. I mean, what are you supposed to do if a short guy starts beating you up? You're not supposed to defend yourself, or are you just supposed to let him beat you up? you know?
And there was a guy with like an afro, like a light-skinned dude, and he was really irate that I was laughing. So I had said, man, you know what'd be funny? If fucking Spud grabbed Swaggle by his legs and then, like, slammed him into, like, baseball, swung him into, like, the announcer table. And the guy just was like, I can't even fucking stand next to you. You're a piece of shit. But and he, you know, he walked away, and I didn't give a fuck. But he was so mad. And I was like, wow, like, I don't know if that guy knew Swaggle personally. And if he did, my bad, you know. But listen, if you want to talk crazy, I'm going to say something stupid, too. Like, but it was hilarious. The guy got he got, like, emo. I was like, whoa. Like, don't get upset. Little guy shouldn't have talked shit and attacked him for no reason.
Right. Well, I mean, come on, man. He was laying. Rockstar Spud was laying in bed at his mom's house, you know, sipping chocolate milks while his mother attended to his needs. I mean, you saw it. We all saw the promos.
I did.
Rockstar Spud, he was out to get revenge that week, and he did. And Swaggle, dude, don't pretend like nothing just happened. You know, like you didn't do anything. Don't pretend like, oh, I'm going to go in the Impact Zone. I'm going to give everybody smiles and hugs. Dude, like, Rockstar Spud was after your ass, and you deserved it. So I don't feel bad. I'm laughing at you.
Look what Spud did to fucking EC3 after a year. He slammed the cage on his fucking face.
Exactly. And, I mean, I don't know if this all started at Final Deletion. It may have, when Swaggle decided to turn on Rockstar Spud because they were going into the tag team match, the Apocalypto match. I don't know if that's when this started, but these two have a lot of beef right now, and they're going to have to settle it at Slammiversary. Are we? Yeah.
And those two guys were fucking hotter than a fucking pistol going into Apocalypto. Like, you know, if Swaggle didn't turn his back, you might be looking at fucking broken, you know, Rockstar Spud. You know, like he was all in it for the win, and I think Spud would have took it all. But, you know, the little guy decided to turn his back, you know, because he has a little heart, and, you know, whatever.
Yeah, right. I mean, exactly. So I don't blame Rockstar Spud for doing what he's doing. But, you know, Swaggle's going to be pissed once he recovers from this. So we'll see. I'm sure this is not the end of it. I'm sure it's just the beginning. I'd expect something at Slammiversary to happen. So, all right. Next, we had the 6 Sides of Steel cage match. We had EC3 versus Alberto El Patron. The stipulation was basically winner take all. EC3 put up his number one contendership. Alberto El Patron put up the GFW World Heavyweight title. Chef, what did you think of this match, the main event for Impact?
I mean, it was a really good match. I mean, listen, it's fucking 6 Sides of Steel. But like we were saying earlier, it kind of took away from the match prior. I mean, these two guys, this is the kind of guy you wanted to see El Patron come in. He makes everybody better, and it really looks like EC3 was forced to elevate his game. And, I mean, these guys just battled. I am so in love with what Impact Wrestling is doing. And El Patron is just, it seems like every time he's in a match, everybody else is elevating their games because he is that fucking good. And these guys put on a fucking serious match. I mean, definitely Low Key and Everett was definitely the match of the night, but these guys put on a fucking match that you're still going to sit back and be like, holy shit, you know, EC3 and fucking El Patron put on an amazing match, and you want to see more. You know, like, I don't want this to be it. I want these motherfuckers to do this again and again. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see at least 2 more matches, 2 big epic matches. And it was badass. I mean, there was some sick spots in there. I mean, let's face it. I'm a fan of both of these guys. I love the match. What did you think about the match, as a matter of fact?
You know, you could have picked this match or Andrew Everett versus Low Key for the match of the night, and you would have been fine with either one. This match was phenomenal. The ending was just sick. The double foot stomp to EC3 to win it, that was just great. I mean, both of these guys gave it their all. I mean, Impact has been providing us some great, solid main events the last few weeks. I mean, you can tell. But this match was awesome. The crowd was really into this match. I mean, there was a small This Is Awesome chant started to break out. So the crowd is really taking kindly to Alberto El Patron, and I was kind of nervous, with all the, backstage drama he had in the other company and all the off-the-mat drama with Paige and all that. But Alberto El Patron has been great since coming to Impact. I think he's been a solid pickup. The guy could always wrestle. He's a great wrestler. Him and EC3, like you said, I want to see this one more time, if not 3 more times, So, great match. I wonder how EC3 is going to respond now. I'm sure he's not going to be very happy about this, having to put up his number 1 contender spot. But this match was great. Great way to end Impact. It's really all I can say about it. I think they just poured their heart and soul into that, and it was a great way to end Impact. Chef, was this the last match that you saw at the tapings, for all the tapings?
Shit. No. Last thing I think I saw was, because remember, they tape and things aren't always in order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Only tell us if we've seen it already.
No, this was...
If we haven't seen it. Okay.
No, this is definitely the last of the tapings. But
yes.
The last match, I think, of all the tapings was LAX VOW, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the very last match.
Okay. Well, that's interesting how that worked out. But
yeah,
overall, yeah.
No, what I was saying is I think that Alberto El Patron put, I think it was like Friday, Saturday, where he did everything he had to do and not be there Sunday. So he had to fly out or whatever. So I think he put everything together in his few days of being there and then left. You know what I mean? So I think his matches were all bang, 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 and then they did everything around it.
Oh, wow.
That's what I think. I don't remember. It was a little while ago, but I think it was something like that.
Wow, that's pretty cool. But anyways, what did you think of Impact?
I loved it, man.
Overall.
I loved it. Besides the Pritchard thing, like I said, I don't know what it is with Pritchard, but whatever. But everything else has been so fucking good. I mean, our knockouts are looking amazing. There's bigger opportunities now because they're actually starting to pump Explosion a little more. So this week was fucking awesome. This is a really good show to lead into India. You know what I mean? And I know people that were in the India crowd and they were fucking in love with it. They had nothing but great things to say about it. So if you, and this is where I threw down the gauntlet on social media, and I'm going to do it again. The Impact Zone, they've been rubbed for being, lazy or quiet or dull or dead or whatever you want to consider it. This is where it starts to mean now to every other Impact Zone that's going to be coming up. When we go to, not me, but when Impact goes to India, they're going to be the mark of what we start with. Impact India is going to throw the fucking gauntlet down, and every Impact after that, if you're not as loud as fucking India, I'm going to rip into you. So that's my people involved. That's me and my people. If we can't compete with India, I want them to shit on us, and I'm going to go on that squad with them. I'm going to fucking rip into us every fucking platform I get on. If I'm on Slam Down, if I'm on HeelCast, if I'm on Impact Heads Radio, if I'm on fucking Joe Blow from around the block, I'm going to fucking rip into us because they're going to lay down the gauntlet, and I want every Impact Zone after that to compete with that crowd. I want them to fucking let everyone know, Impact is fucking here. It's about that time we fucking give the wrestlers the respect that they deserve and let them know what the fuck they mean to us.
Well said, Chef. I mean, I'll tell you what, and I'll let you guys know if you didn't perform well or if the crowd's just dead. And if you're there, you let them know, dude, get off your ass, get off your phone. You're here to watch a wrestling show.
Dude, I'm going into the bleachers. I'm not gonna record matches because you're not allowed to do that. But I'm gonna sit there in the fucking bleachers, and I want people to see what the bleachers look like. because the bleachers have been fucking amazing lately. So they're getting a bad rap for other people. So I'm going to let the TV people see what they're going to see, and I'm going to let the world know because I'm going to keep posting these shits everywhere. After Slammiversary, because I'm not going to record Slammiversary because, let's face it, that's a pay-per-view. You should be off your fucking seat. You know what I mean? Like, if not, you're a dick.
Right.
You know, so I'm going to go, you know, day 2, day 3, and I'm going to fucking just record in the crowd. I got people from my job. My homegirl, Janessa, she's one of my fucking bosses. She's coming down. Fucking my man Harold's coming back. He's Heel Team 6, just newest guy. My man Corey's coming. Like, I got people from work that are like, yo, fuck that. They're even trying to take off days. So I got people ready to go ham out there. I'm going to show the world. Nice. I'm going to show the world the bleachers, and they're not going to get a bad rap because the bleachers have been bout it. So, like the barricade, the people I be around, if they're not keeping up, hey, you're about to get abused because everyone's putting everyone on notice, and I want that because it's fucking competition. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, and just from your experience, pay-per-view shows, there's a lot more people that show up to those, correct?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. I figured that would be I remember when I went to the Impact Zone in 2005, I saw Destination X. Maybe it was 2006 or 2005. It was the one where Scott Steiner made his TNA debut.
Wow.
First ever. Yeah, and we were in line at the Impact Zone, and they actually had to turn people away. Like, there were a ton of people. There was a long line. We waited there for a good 2-3 hours. It was me and my dad, and we actually met a guy from Canada who had at the time it was like a TNA street team. And if you were on this TNA street team, you obviously got automatic access into the Impact Zone. And you could bring in like a few friends. So this guy from Canada, he was alone, and he actually was able to get me and my dad in there. Or else, if we never met this guy, we would have never got into Destination X06. So,
that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like that still, but I mean, I know for pay-per-views, it's just a lot bigger than televised events, just regular TV. So that was just a cool experience I had back in the day with the original Impact Zone.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
yeah.
It's crazy because, you know, I'm heavy on Twitter. You know what I mean? I'm always on Twitter, and I deal with a lot of shit because so many people are like, yo, Chef, your crowd sucks. And I'm like, nah, they don't fucking suck. Like, you know, and I know a lot of it, the audio has to do with, you know, Pope and them are talking over it. You know what I mean? Like, they're talking over the crowd. So It's a whole different sound to it. But not just that, is the fucking bleachers. Ever since and this is where I get real defensive. The bleachers since Double J has came back, the old school fans have filled the bleachers. You know what I mean? Like, for the 2.5 years that I was going there, you know, it was the regulars, and then all of a sudden, the crowd was fucking full. I mean, like, before, there were days where they would shut the fucking lights off in the crowd because there was no one sitting there. You know, that's like 2.5 years ago, or almost 3 when I first started going. And now the bleachers is popping. Like, they're so fucking loud. You got people fucking stomping on the thing to make more noise. So it's not the bleachers. You know what I mean? So I'm real defensive with the bleacher people. And, you know, kind of like the Yankees, they call them bleacher creatures. I'm probably going to start hashtagging that shit. But,
yeah.
You know, I really want, and like I said, it's playful, but I'm single-handedly trying to fucking make this open competition, and I know India was popping. I've seen videos. So it's like, when you see this on TV and you're going to the Impact Zone, there's no way that somehow inside you don't say, damn, look at fucking India. You know what I mean? And we're not going to try to compete with that. My boy fucking took a 12-hour fucking bus ride. 12-hour bus ride to go to Impact in India. And he fucking lost it. Wow. He lost his voice. Dude, I swear to God, he lost his fucking voice day 1. I'm talking to the guy. He could barely fucking speak. Day 2, the fucking guy can barely breathe. And he's losing his shit. And I'm sitting here saying, and how the fuck can a kid take a 12-hour bus ride? and we can't take a fucking 45-minute drive and go bonkers.
And, man, that's, you know, and I watched the show The Amazing Race, okay? It's one of my favorite reality shows, and you kind of get you know, they've gone to India plenty of times on that show, and I kind of know what, you know, you talk about. The India roads are just crazy, and the buses, they don't go that fast, so, man, that's a long bus ride, but props to your guy, man. That's a dedicated Impact Wrestling fan. I mean, just, you know, they don't ever get to see Impact, and it's just amazing. Like, we take this for granted. Like, okay, even with me, like, I could go see Impact on vacation. You know, I like to go to Florida. Yeah. I'm going to try to make it once a year, but, you know, India, this is their first time they ever got to see Impact Wrestling, and I don't mean Ring Ka King, okay, but Impact Wrestling. So I just want us as fans to not, you know, to appreciate what we have, because there are others around the world that don't get to see this, you know, like we do here in the States. So very cool, though, very cool. Overall, with Impact, I liked it a lot. I thought the matches were really good. I'm going to give it another 8 out of 10. I just thought it was a really solid Impact. I was entertained. I mean, maybe I'm a little high grader, but I thought it was a solid 8 out of 10 this week. Chef, any final thoughts before we head on out of here?
Nah, I think we covered it all. Shit, I don't even know. Good night, whatever else. Sweet dreams to the hot ladies out there. You know, that's about it.
And before I let you go, are you liking the Slammiversary build-up so far? Do you think they've done a good job, or do you think they could do better? What's your thoughts on that?
You know what? Honestly, I don't know what they're doing with Slammiversary. I'm just hoping Bram's going to have some kind of influence with Kingston, and I got my homegirl Jen and her baby and Christy. I made these Bramiversary logos. So we're going to put it on T-shirts to rep our man Bram. So even if he's not there, we're going heavy Bram. You know what I mean? Like, I got a Bram sign coming. You know, fuck that. If you're not going to pop my man Bram, we're going to pop my man Bram. So Bramiversary 2017, it's Bramiversary. It's no longer Slammiversary.
Man, I think we officially have Alberto El Patron versus Bobby Lashley for the world title. They haven't. I mean, they changed it before, though. I thought it was going to be EC3 versus Bobby Lashley, but it's going to be El Patron versus Bobby Lashley now. I think that match is going to be lit. I think it's going to be really solid. I'm actually really looking forward to JB and Joseph Park versus Scott Steiner and Jeremy Borash. Thought they've done a good job at hyping that. We don't know anything about the X Division yet. Tag team, we don't have a match yet. Knockouts match, we don't have a match yet. So
you know what? Now that you said knockouts, it'll probably be fucking Rosemary Alley versus Sienna LVN.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking that's kind of where they're headed, and obviously Rockstar Spud and Swoggle probably gonna have something. I'm sure LAX and VOW are not done with their feud. I would expect a Slammiversary tag team match there too. So,
the only thing
I can't. Yeah.
The only thing I was going to say that sucks is I know that LAX was not in India because they were doing the hog stuff. So there's going to be no build-up for a tag belt.
Oh, man. Wow. Well, hopefully they can do some promos. I'm sure they will do some promos. We'll probably see those. But, I can't wait for the Impact in Mumbai this week and for the next 4 weeks. I think it's just going to be awesome to see something different. So, with that said, that's all I got for this week. Make sure you check us out next week. And like I said, we're going to have a big Slammiversary show. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. We'll do a preview and a recap show. That's all I got. I am your host, Hurls. I was joined by Chef tonight. Thanks for hanging with us.